Alright, YouTube, so we are working on a 2006 GMC Sierra extended cab Z71 4-wheel drive with a Rancho 4.5 inch lift 35s. So getting this transmission pan out, I've been leaking transmission fluid out of the pan for a while, and figured the gasket was bad, so I went ahead and got the gasket for it and the whole kit to do it, the filter, and so it was only like $20 something. So doing this, I looked at some other videos before I got into this. So you need to take off your exhaust up here. You need to take your exhaust off up there, right behind the headers on both sides. That's what the video calls for. Looked like all the O2 sensors had plenty of slack in them, so you don't have to worry about that. So I undid that. It lowered this crossover down a little bit, so I'm hitting against my torsion bars at this point. I still was not able to get that out. And the video I looked at also calls for, you're supposed to put a pry bar up between. Picture of it. There you go. So it says you're supposed to put a pry bar in between here and then pry outward in order to get the pan off, and that's specific. That's from GM, and I started trying that. I didn't like that very well. So you have that plastic little relay there for the shift controller. That's what that is. And it looked like that thing was gonna break. So I decided to come up with a different solution, and I messed with it, and I even tried to give myself more room around the exhaust. I ended up undoing those two bolts there, giving myself another inch or two. Still wasn't enough, so I found the trick that they didn't tell you, and I don't know why they're overthinking it. So what I did, sorry for all the movement. So what I did, so here's the piece you need to pull, and it says that to put a pry bar in between here and pry outward. But when you do that, let's see, hold on. When you do that, watch the movement on that. Yeah, looks like it's about to break. So what I decided to do was get some channel locks. So I had barely enough room to do it. I actually need a little bit bigger channel locks than this, but I was able to grab it there, go around the drive shaft here, and I was able to, it takes two hands to do it, but I was barely able to do it. I was able to get enough grip where I could pull that thing right over, and the pan pops right off. So that's a little trick that the GM obviously didn't tell in their video. I guess the guy's a GM mechanic, but he didn't say that, so I'm sure they probably thought of it by now. But difference between screwing with something for 2 minutes and 30 minutes.